was important to me in a program, being a musician, was to eliminate what always bothered me as a musician. When I was a musician, and I've been a musician for 30 years, I think the most frustrating things that musicians go through is being in situations where they don't know what they can play and what they can't play. And the way we've learned music is so complicated that this method alleviates a lot of that complication. It's just a more efficient, more intuitive way to teach music. I didn't know what Parlamento was from the get-go, but after looking into it, this is the method that all the great composers, this is how they were taught and how they taught their students. And it's been lost for, I think, a couple hundred years. And we have substituted this ultra complicated way of learning music that turns off musicians because it's like turning music into Algebra 2. The best analogy I can come up with is like learning a language. If you try to learn a language by just learning 6,000 different phrases, you're not really understanding intuitively what that language is. You're just memorizing different things that you can say. You're not going to have an existential conversation in that language when you only know how to say 30 different things. What this is like how a child learns music or learns a language from the first time that they learn to talk. They understand it in a different way, and that's exactly what this system is training kids to do with music, to be able to play music with the same ease that other people type on a computer. And what excites me about it is what it will give my son in his life to be able to have that outlet and to be able to understand and play music practically at will is going to accentuate his life for his entire life. I wanted him to understand the basic rudiments of music. I wanted him to start on piano. That was just my choice. I figured that would be, again, with like learning a language, that's like learning Latin, and everything is based off of that. So I wanted him to start on piano because it will make him a better guitar player or violin player in the future. But you know, you could start on any instrument. It's this Parlamento method, which is just superior. I mean, it's undeniably a superior method. It's not reinventing the wheel with some gimmick new way to learn music. It's the way it was supposed to be taught from the beginning, from hundreds of years ago. And all these composers who make all of this music that literally frames how we listen to music today was taught this method because it's revolved around writing music and accompanying other musicians instead of memorizing songs because you memorize where your fingers need to go. It teaches him concentration. He's able to understand things at school significantly better. His grades have gone up. He is, it is, and it also gives him an outlet. When he's frustrated, he can always create, he can always write songs. And he hasn't even been doing it that long. I mean, the sky's the limit. He's a fairly new student. The Lighthouse is great. The director is who introduced me to Mr. Paul, and yeah, I mean, he being blind or mostly blind, yeah, I think anything that he could, it gives him a purpose. You know, it gives him a purpose in life where parents of kids with disabilities, that's something that they worry about. You know, will my kid be able to find their place in the world? And I don't worry about that at all. I mean, there's all kinds of things he can do now. He can write scores for movies. I mean, he can't do it yet, but by the time he's a teenager, he'll have real talent that will be in demand.